Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm either in the car or I'm stood by my coffee machine when I start these vlogs, and today I am by the coffee machine. Long time no see. I think I last vlogged it'll be 3 weeks ago on Friday and it's Tuesday, so pretty much 3 weeks. And yeah, I feel like we've got a lot to catch up on. I'm just about to make a coffee, obviously that's why I'm stood here, and then I'm going to watch Love Island. I've got 2 hours of Love Island to catch up on, or 2 episodes. I need to watch Sundays and Mondays. Part of me's like, should I just sack it off now? Like, I've got 2 episodes to catch up on. Because the kids are in childcare all day, I actually quite like this part of my Tuesdays. Like, I feel like I drop them off, I go to the gym, I come home, I have a coffee, I have a bit of relax, and then it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then I just crack on with work. The house is tidy. I did it last night. I spent half an hour cleaning last night, so I didn't really have to do any of it today because then it just interferes with like work and stuff. Upstairs not that tidy actually, but it is semi-tidy. But yeah, I'm just going to turn the coffee machine on. So where do we start? I did my filming last week, so if you've watched one of my vlogs, I think it might have been what I eat in a day one, you'll know that I've got like a new like mini job role, and we did all the filming for that a week ago today. Wow, I was exhausted. I did 4 home workouts well, it was within a 4-hour time scale, but wow, I honestly could not walk. I think Thursday was the worst day. I couldn't even get out of bed, like my legs were frozen. Casper was actually asking me like what was wrong with me. I'm just gonna do the coffee. Yeah, so couldn't walk by Thursday. Awful. It was a lot tougher than what I thought. So hopefully the film crew slash like videographers will be editing that, and it will get sent to the girl slash lady slash woman who I am working for, and then we can start like fully get going with it. I mean, none of this is going to be making sense to you right now because you don't actually know what it is, but it will all make sense when it all comes to light. And then Casper. So I have been worried about Casper since before Christmas. I just feel like he's not himself. He was starting to get really pale, really dark circles under his eyes. He's naturally pale anyway, but he was just getting worse. And then he's starting to get really angry. Don't get me wrong, we've obviously struggled with not his behaviour, but his personality since he was like 1. But I feel like when he turned 3, like we really hit a turning point. Like the tantrums fully just stopped. And don't get me wrong, like he's always had a bit of cockiness to him. Like he's a very bright child. He's got a comeback within 1 second, and he always like can talk back to me. But I just felt like it was getting less and less fiery and more angry. Like something was obviously really bothering him. And I kept saying to a few people, like, I'm really worried about Casper. And they're like, oh, he's just tired, you know, like he obviously does gymnastics, he goes to nursery, he goes swimming, he's just getting to that age, he's not really napping anymore. Part of me was just a bit like, I kind of just didn't trust my instinct because I didn't want to, if that makes sense. And then about 2 weeks ago, I said to Josh, like, I'm genuinely like really worried about him. So in the last 2 weeks, he's got really bad. I was like, I think I'm gonna book him a blood test because he just doesn't look right. He's not eating the same, like he's picking at food, he's asking for food, and then he's literally having like 5 mouthfuls and then saying he's finished, which is not like him. Like he's always eating really well, and we've always eaten as a family. Like it's very rare that I make the children a separate tea to us. Like they literally eat what we eat: stir fry, chili, lasagna, spaghetti bolognese, curries, slow cooker meals, pasta dishes. And he's always been a good eater. He's always eating protein, stuff like that. But the last 2 weeks, like, he's massively gone downhill, and I don't obviously share that much of them anymore, but if you were to see him now, I actually think you'd be shocked. Like, a lot of people have said to me he looks ill. So anyway, last week, so this time last week, a week ago, I rang the doctors, booked a blood test, but it wasn't for another 2 weeks time. And then the weekend just gone, like, he was so bad. He was falling asleep all the time. He was constantly saying he was tired. His circles under his eyes are literally like purple. He is so pale. He just looks ill. He's lost weight as well. Like, we didn't realise how much weight he's lost until we compared some pictures. So we actually took him to A&E because like, he was just getting so angry and everything annoyed him. He was throwing stuff, and it's obviously because something is really bothering him. So Josh took him to A&E because obviously I had to have in-day. And within 2 hours, they confirmed that he's definitely anemic. And they've referred us to a paediatric team who will hopefully be in touch by tomorrow, Thursday. And we've said that if they aren't, we're going to ring them ourselves or just take him back to the hospital. Because he's just not great, and we need to know why he is anemic. Obviously it can be low iron, it can be vitamin B, or it can be a lot more serious things, which fingers crossed we don't even have to go there. But I have googled it. Like, it's been on my mind for like 6 to 8 weeks, I would say. So I just feel like really anxious, and it's constantly on my mind. He has actually gone to nursery today because he said he wanted to go, and he went yesterday. He was asleep by 9 AM. They rang me to say he's been asleep, and I just said, right, if he wakes up and falls asleep again, I'm going to come and pick him up. But anyway, they said then he'd happily played all day, but by the time I picked him up, he was basically asleep in his tea. He was falling asleep in his tea. He was in bed for like 6:30, which is it's not very early for Casper, but it's very rare that he's in bed for that time. And then again this morning, he was just really tired, just kept telling me he was tired. He asked for some pancakes. He had like 5 bites, said he didn't want it anymore because he was tired, went and sat on the sofa. I asked him if he wanted to go to nursery. He said yes, I've taken him, and I've obviously just said, if you are concerned at all, ring me and I will come pick him up. So we're just taking it day by day, to be honest, and hoping for the best, hoping that it's literally just a case of low iron. So this week I'm obviously trying to get as much beef down him as possible. I mean, he takes a multivit, he takes magnesium now. Like, he hardly has any dairy. A lot of people have said to me that dairy can stop it. Like, he literally doesn't drink milk at all. He has a bit of cheese on tea if we're having like chili or spag bol, and he has like 1 yogurt a day, and obviously a little bit of chocolate as well. Yeah, I don't know, like, he's got a good diet, but it could be better. Like, we don't eat much processed foods, we never have frozen meals in this house. And again, I'm not sitting here and saying that's a really bad thing. I know everyone's family is different, but we just don't feed our kids stuff like that. My mum does. My mum gives them chicken nuggets every Thursday, which is fine. I'm absolutely fine with that. They know that that's what they get at grandma's house, and if that's easier for my mum, then it's fine, because sometimes she's got all 4 grandchildren. But we don't, and don't get me wrong, I've got them in the freezer, and I've got fish fingers, but it's a very, very, very last minute meal. Like, they probably have chicken nuggets or fish fingers in this house like once a month. Everything is literally home cooked food, and protein and beef, and, you know, homemade sauces. And, you know, breakfast he'll have porridge, or he has toast with like Kerrygold butter. Like, he has fresh orange juice. They don't eat many snacks. Like, I've really cut down on what snacks we've got in the house. Like, I've given up buying party rings, I've given up buying cookies, like bags of little cookies. The only thing I buy now in packets is animal biscuits and crisps, but like literally like Quavers and Skips. They're like under 100 calories, don't have too much rubbish in. Well, we probably do, but they're not like full of fat and sugar. Yeah, I feel like I'm really going off on a tangent here, 9 minutes in. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't think it's diet induced. I think obviously his body, if it's just the iron, his body is struggling to absorb iron, and yeah, we can definitely get more in him. But he does have a good diet as such, I would like to think. Yeah, so we've been a bit worried about him, and again, like I say, we're taking it every day as it comes. You know, we could wake up tomorrow and he'd be really, really bad, and we're like, right, we're taking him to hospital, like, this is not good. So we're just gonna have to see. But like I say, he does generally just look ill. Like, he just doesn't look well at all. He is so pale, he's like a vampire. He is so pale, and he's got such deep circles under his eyes. His skin just looks so like, what is the word I'm looking for? Like, it just lacks any sort of like energy. And he walks around constantly blinking like this, like he's just blinking all the time, like he's literally just like this all the time. So he even thought about getting his eyes tested, but I don't think it's anything to do with that. I think it's just generally because he's so tired, he's like fighting to keep his eyes open. yeah, so that's not good, but I'm going to make my coffee now, and I'm going to go watch Love Island. I'm actually going to have a slice of banana bread as well, because again, I've started baking like healthy-ish snacks so that they are on offer before things like animal biscuits. Like I've made a banana bread with no sugar in it. It's literally just got a little bit of honey for sweetener, and it's got some dark chocolate chips in it. It's really, really nice. But I feel like I've actually made a lot, and it's in the cupboard and it's going to go to waste. So I'm going to have a coffee and a slice of banana bread, and enjoy watching a bit of TV, and then I'm going to have to crack on with some work. I've got loads of emails to do, and I got a call later that day to say that Casper had a temperature and he'd been asleep quite a lot, so I did actually go and pick him up from nursery, and we got home and watched the Paw Patrol movie. Then it was Pancake Day, so after we'd had some tea, Josh did decide to start making some pancakes. Indy was teething massively this day. Honestly, if you could hear the sound right now, it is not great. Like, she is just crying loads. I ended up having to actually just take her upstairs and put her in the bath and get her ready for bed, basically, while Josh did the pancakes with Casper. But here I am about to destroy the first pancake that I did, and let me tell you, it didn't go down well at all. So this was my cue to leave the kitchen and basically go upstairs and put Indy to bed. And then when I came back down, we enjoyed some pancakes together. Casper did have a few, which was nice to see, because he'd not been eating much at all. That's a lot of pancakes, isn't it? Are you eating all of those?
Look, blueberry ones, chocolate ones, look, chockies.
Wow.
A nice chocky one there for Mum. Wow, look, there you go,
It's a bit hot.
That's not something because it's underneath.
Right, let me put it on a plate. Happy Valentine's Day. We are just en route to the farm now, so Casper is a little bit better today, I would say. He's still tired, but I feel like he looks more full of life than he has done for the past few days. So yeah, we decided to go to the farm. We usually have swimming, but we've said that we're not taking him swimming, just because his immune system obviously is down.
We will see some animals.
We will see some animals, mister. And some cows, yeah. I think we might see some baby lambs. Some baby lambs have just been born. But yeah, they've just got like this little muddy thing on because it's the holidays. It was literally £5 a child. They get a free hot chocolate. We really like going to this farm because it's just quite small and they have like really nice food. I always get my favourite shortbread biscuits as well. If you've watched any vlogs, you will know which ones I mean. Are you saying Dada?
Dada. You get hot chocolate today, big boy.
Oh gosh. You've been very loud, Indy B. You want some water? Now or when we get there? Alright, okay.
Daddy's got water.
He has. But yeah, we're just going to see. Obviously there's no like pressure to be there for a long time, so if we're there for half an hour and Casper's tired, then we'll just leave. But that is the agenda for today.
One step forward and another back, I would never try to fool ya. I'm one heartbeat away from going mad. Girl, when you're looking like that, closer, closer, I'ma get closer to you. Yeah, got me, baby, got me hooked on you once again. Girl, I need you. How many times do I wanna another chance. Loving you is all I wanted. I'm wide open for a love affair. Girl, when you're looking like that. Closer, closer, I'ma get closer to you. Yeah, got me, baby, got me hooked on you once again. Damn, girl, I need you. How many times do I wanna yell? 'Cause we could be so complete. Baby, I'll never want anyone new. I was on your bed and you undressed. Baby, when I pulled you in, it felt to
It is now Friday and 2:30. We have just got back from soft play, so I've carried Indy into her bed, well, a cot, and then Casper is asleep in the car. I've not been on here since Wednesday, so we went to the farm, which was really good, but Casper just did a lot of coughing, and then he slept in the car for 2 hours, and then he wouldn't really go to bed, so he came like that night, so he came downstairs with us, then had like a really bad temperature. And I was literally laid in bed like googling all sorts, like not strep, what's that really serious thing called? I was literally googling sepsis. I was like, oh my god, what if he's got sepsis? Like, what if he's had this bacterial infection that we've missed and it's turned to sepsis? But then he seemed to be alright, and then yesterday he got up quite early, to be fair, because him and Josh had been sleeping in the spare bed for pretty much a week now, I'd say. And Josh gets up for work at 4:30, so he got up basically at 4:30, so he did fall back to sleep, but he was just coughing. So I went into the spare room at about 6:20 because he was coughing loads, and there was like loads of phlegm on the pillow. But he seemed to pick up a bit. He went to my mum's. My mum said he was alright because it was kind of a distraction, I guess, like not being at home all the time. And I actually took him to the GP at 3 o'clock yesterday, and the GP said that he can't see anything, like there's nothing wrong with his chest, there's nothing that he could basically give him antibiotics for, but he does have swollen glands in his groin. So his blood test that I booked are meant to be a week on Monday, and the doctor has managed to pull them forward for literally on Monday, so we've got like 2 or 3 days to wait. He slept till 8:30 this morning, which I think is he's coughing in the car. Yeah, so I can't even remember what I was saying at all. Casper did actually wake up, and it's about 2 hours later now, but basically he's got some blood tests on Monday, which is in 2 days. Is there anything worse than opening an air fryer to find food inside? I don't think there is. Yeah, basically he's got the blood test on Monday now, so he went to the GP, and all he said was he's got swollen glands in his groin, so he's obviously fighting something, and we need to know what it is. But he and someone that we know said that his levels that came back from A&E don't show anything to do with anemia, so they're not sure why the A&E doctor said that. But then he did go on to say that it was just a gas test, and he said gas tests aren't that accurate. He said, so I wouldn't like fully just rule out anemia. He was like, but what we're looking at right now is basically not anemia. But I can't really say if it's any worse or not. I can't work it out. He's still like intermittent temperatures, like he had one this morning. He's still really angry, really grumpy, wants to just lie down and sleep, but then like he might be okay for like 2 hours. He's coming back now. What's wrong? He's just angry all the time. What's up, darling? Look at that cat on the TV. Just watching a Molly May vlog. She decided to treat me to a video whilst I had a few minutes child free, and then Casper woke up. You got the doctor's glasses on. I'm literally just cutting chicken, so I can't even turn the camera off because I can't touch it. Just making chicken fajitas for tea. Well, that's what I'm having. That's what we're having, darling, okay? You can have chicken and a wrap and some cheese. Well, don't have it now. Casper, stop talking to me like that. It's so hard to be patient because I just obviously know that it's not right, but wow.
Why are you turning the light on?
Because it's dark. Mummy needs to see the tea.
No umbrella.
Yeah, it's hard to find the patience when he is being so rude and angry, but obviously we know that he's not himself. What we're gonna do, I really don't know. Just fast forward to Monday because my thoughts right now are just not great at all. Cried every day. I just think it's so natural for a mum or a parent to think the worst, like naturally think the worst, just because it's like we're preparing our brain for that news in case it ever happens. But then obviously you don't want to be negative, you don't want to put it out to the universe, but you just can't help it. It's just, you just do it. What's up? Indy's waiting for Daddy to come home by the door. He's going to be here soon. And Casper has actually just fallen asleep. So obviously he had that really, I've not really put it on here, but he just had like 5-10 minutes of just shouting at me and Indy. And he went and laid down and said he wanted a cuddle, so I gave him a cuddle, came back into the kitchen, came back, and he's now fast asleep. I'm not really like fully gonna show you, but he is just like this, gosh, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a day, and it's just awful, honestly. I don't even know when this video is going to be edited and uploaded because I just don't feel like I've got the energy for it. My energy levels are so low just because of the whole situation, and my stress levels are obviously really high. Indy also didn't sleep the other night, which made things a lot worse obviously, but yeah, it's just not great. It's just not. Well, try it.
Don't look scared of him. That's being mean. Ah. That's it.
Once Indy had gone to bed, this was Sunday by the way guys, we just had a really chilled Sunday, but we decided to put up some pictures on the wall that came from our old house, and then obviously we had some new ones of Casper and Indy. But yeah, as you can see, Casper was feeling a lot better this day, but he did still crash and burn towards the end of the day. He got very angry again, fell asleep. Right guys, I'm just coming on to finalise this vlog. I don't even know what the last section of it was. I can't even remember at all, but I just know that this vlog needs editing and something uploading to YouTube, or I'm literally gonna like fully basically just fall out of love with it. Only Tuesday, so it will be like a full week since I started this vlog, and Casper is, so he's slowly improving. God, look at the state of me, honestly. But when I say improving, I just mean by the way he looks, but he's still sleeping a lot. He is still not really eating that much, like his appetite's gone. He's still very like angry and irritable. Everything is annoying him. So he's not really improving, but he looks better, if that makes sense. Like he doesn't look as ill as he did a week ago. Like he really looked ill a week ago. He had his blood test yesterday. He was so good, bless him. They fully asked anyone that's watching right now will, and who has ever had their let me start again. Honestly, my head's on my ass, guys. If anyone's watching this and their child has had a blood test before, you will obviously know how good they are at distracting children. I was actually shocked at how much like he didn't care, because they distracted him enough. He definitely knew when the needle went in because he kind of looked at me, but yeah, all in all he did really well. But we've not heard anything, so I'm not sure when we will, if it's bad news or like not great news, I'm guessing we will hear within the next 24 hours. And if it's just something little, or maybe even nothing, then we might not hear for like a week. I don't really know. I can't remember my password on my laptop. That's good. So yeah, I'm just coming on to finalise this vlog. My head is still a bit up my ass because I'm obviously stressed and I just feel really tired. Really just, I kind of feel lethargic myself, but I think it's just because I'm stressed. Like, it is mad what stress does to your body. I never really realised how bad stress was for the body because I've never really suffered from much stress. But I feel like this is probably the most stress I've ever suffered from in a long time. Obviously just not knowing what is wrong with your child and just convincing yourself so many awful things. It is stressful, but fingers crossed we get answers soon, and it's literally just something and nothing. That is obviously the best end result. Josh has said if we don't hear anything by the end of today, he's going to take him to A&E tomorrow because he's still got this really horrific cough. So I don't know if I mentioned on here before, but I do suspect it could be potential pneumonia. And you're probably watching this thinking, oh my god, if you think it's pneumonia, like, why have you not done anything about it? But it's so difficult when no one really is doing anything. Like, the doctor said his chest is clear. They said in A&E his chest is clear. Like, I don't know. And he's obviously surviving every day and he's getting better, weirdly, but not getting better. I don't really know. I can't explain it, but I'm going to finalise the vlog here, guys, and hopefully the next vlog after this will have more answers. But thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with me, and I'll see you soon.